Hey there, evolving scholars. Welcome to a captivating case study that delves into the incredible journey of Bajaj Auto. If you are born in the 90s or earlier, you would be very well aware of the Bajaj Chetak scooter in those days. You would have hummed the famous jingle Hamara Bajaj as well. Bajaj Auto effectively followed Michael Porter's principle of the essence of strategy is choosing what not to do by making strategic decisions throughout its history. We will understand how this legendary Indian conglomerate navigated turbulent waters and emerged stronger than ever. What were the strategies and advertisements used in this incredible journey, and most importantly, how it chose what not to do. Bharat Ki Buland Tasveer advertising campaign. Picture this. It was 1989, a time when the winds of change were whispering through India, just before the nation's economy would open up to the world. Standing tall with a monopoly in the Indian market, sensed the shifting tides. In 1989, Bajaj Auto, in response, launched the iconic Buland Bharat Ki Buland Tasveer advertisement campaign. I am sure this campaign is one of our fondest memories of our childhood to date. This was not just advertising, though. It was perhaps a well-thought-out, preemptive strike by the automobile major in a market that was on the cusp of opening up. Bajaj recognized that their monopoly's days were numbered, and they needed to act swiftly. Their weapon of choice, an ad that would ignite the flames of national pride within their customers. The company also did this campaign to popularize Bajaj Chetak as the dynamic scooter, but they were not merely selling scooters. They were selling the idea of national pride and a dynamic family experience, which resonated deeply with their customers, and they successfully created a deeper connection with the audience in the process. At a time when there was a waiting period for even scooters and cars, the campaign perfectly captured the essence of what every Indian family felt about their trusty two-wheeler companion, a sense of national identity, freedom, and of course pride. This advertisement not only solidified Bajaj's position as a household name, but also helped the brand keep aggressive competition at bay for the next few years. Scooter segment. Even after such a brilliant advertising stroke after a few years, with the change in market dynamics, Bajaj Auto's most iconic scooter, Chetak, faced a fate similar to what Kodak faced in analog cameras when the market moved towards digital cameras. This is a perfect illustration of how advertising often struggles to compete with product innovation. The question is, what were the changes in market dynamics? And what product innovation from toughening competition led to a difficult period in the 90s for Bajaj Auto, with several onslaughts? The initial significant challenge to the business materialized with the introduction of Activa by Honda. Activa, a stylish gearless scooter equipped with an electric start, swiftly rendered geared scooters obsolete, and the iconic Chetak stopped production in 2005. Bajaj tried to fight back with Cristal in 2006, but it never really took off. Eventually, with the declining popularity of scooters due to the emergence of gearless scooters, Bajaj Auto made the bold decision to exit the scooter segment in 2009. Was it the right decision? Maybe, because this move allowed them to focus their resources and efforts on the more promising motorcycle market. Repositioning Bajaj Auto for Bajaj Auto, which was only into scooter segment, the strategy to reposition itself as a motorbike company was definitely somewhat challenging, and played out through a number of successful and not so successful initiatives. The first was the launch of the reloaded version of Hamara Bajaj in 2001 with the brilliant Badal Rahe Hain Hum Yahan, which skillfully blended the iconic tune with the reloaded ones. This transition retained the warm Indian essence while embracing a more modern avatar. The TVC proved to be a brilliant follow-up to the original, showcasing their entire motorcycle lineup, including models like the Eliminator, Boxer, and Caliber. While initially focusing on the 100cc segment, Bajaj took the lead in the 125cc category with the launch of the Cover in 2004. However, the actual triumph of Auto in the motorcycle industry can be attributed to the launch of Tulsa in 2001 and the subsequent success in the 150cc and 180cc segments demonstrated their ability to choose the right products and compete effectively. This motorcycle went head-to-head with the Hero Honda Cibizi 1999 in a direct competition. Bajaj Group demonstrated remarkable agility by swiftly collaborating with Tokyo for R&D support, and they enlisted the expertise of Glyn Kerr as the designer. This strategic move resulted in an overwhelming success, with the Pulsar commanding a remarkable 47% market share in its segment by 2011, contributing to Bajaj Auto's overall market share of 27% in the same year. By April 2012, the company had achieved sales of over 5 million units. The Pulsar played a pivotal role in shifting the market's focus away from small, fuel-efficient sub-125cc motorcycles to a world of high-powered, feature-rich performance bikes. World's favorite Indian. Despite making a bold move of repositioning themselves as a motorbike company, the road was never easy for Bajaj. They faced strong competition from Honda, a relentless competitor who was willing to engage in a low-margin battle to expand its market share. Honda's readiness to operate on single-digit margins resulted in a substantial dip in Bajaj's domestic market share, plummeting from 20.5% to 11.1% in the domestic market. But to everyone's surprise, Bajaj actually increased its profit margins in this period by focusing on a completely new strategy. This strategy involved not only streamlining their manufacturing practices, but also charting a path towards leadership in exports, showing again the agility to reinvent themselves and choosing strategies that are revolutionary and often counterintuitive. In the 2000s, Bajaj Auto began its journey to become a major global motorbike brand. They realized their ability to sell bikes worldwide. With the success of Pulsar, Bajaj Auto realized that they now had the competency to build an export business of significant scale. A lot of their export success can be attributed to leadership in the African, Asian, and South American markets. What's interesting is that in 2007, Bajaj sold 3 times more Pulsar bikes in Colombia than in India. Surprisingly, it was not the Pulsar or Discover that helped the brand. It was the Boxer. This bike had already gained popularity in Indonesia, mainly because Bajaj was a leader in 3-wheeler vehicles there. So, they invested a significant amount of capital in establishing themselves as a premium brand and establishing exclusive showrooms. Operating at the high-end segment of the market in Indonesia allowed them to enjoy more favorable profit margins compared to their operations in India in 2007. In Nigeria, Bajaj faced stiff competition from less expensive Chinese motorcycles. However, they adopted a successful strategy by introducing the Boxer at a price point that was 25% higher than Chinese alternatives but offered significantly better fuel efficiency. This approach resonated with Nigerian customers as it resulted in more savings. This strategy was a remarkable success, propelling Bajaj to become the best-selling motorcycle brand in a wide range of countries, including Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Colombia, and the Philippines. In 2020, this pattern continued to gain momentum as the company sold more vehicles internationally than within India. In 2019, approximately 47% of Bajaj's exports were directed towards Africa, 28% to South Asia and the Middle East, and 14% to ASEAN countries. The essence of this strategy is evident in Bajaj Auto's recent advertising campaigns. Bajaj Auto has now made an entry in the 2-wheelers electric vehicle segment in 2019 with the electric version of Chetak. Let's see how Bajaj Auto stays relevant to the growth of the rising demand for electric vehicles and prove its relevancy to future generations. That's all for today. If you liked the video, please like, share, and subscribe.